Goku's gotta get his boy back, but he knows he can't beat Raditz on his own. That's when Goku's old enemy, Piccolo, shows up. Now, Piccolo's a Saiyan just like Raditz. But they're no match for the Super Saiyan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, so we got a lot of Sonic Prime stuff to talk about today. As you know, Netflix After School's YouTube channel, they surprisingly dropped the first episode of Season 2, or Episode 9 of Sonic Prime, and I watched it, and I got a lot to say about it, and more. But before I do, be sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's try to get 100,000 subscribers this year. So hit that subscribe button. But alright, let's just jump straight into this. Now, my thoughts on Episode 9, or Season 2, Episode 1, you know. Now, I actually liked it. Now, as you guys know, I was I was quite critical of the first season, of the first 8 episodes of Sonic Prime, because they started out a little slow and I kind of fell asleep during the first episode. I really loved New York City, but I didn't care for those other 2 universes, you know. And yeah, I didn't care that much about them, man. It's like anytime Sonic left New York City, they just dragged. And also the pacing was off. There was a lot of flashbacks and stuff, and like it wasn't concise. Now there's flashbacks in this episode too, but it's done a lot better. So yeah, I really liked this episode. It was really good. I liked it more than the premiere of the first season, even though that one was like twice as long. This one was just the Sonic and Shadow episode, so yeah, I really loved it. I really loved their, you know, their chemistry, their dynamics, and yeah, the plot was more focused, and it had a greater sense of urgency. And you know, I just love plots like that, shows like that, where there's a focus, there's a goal, there's something you must do. Great sense of urgency. And yeah, I do love my complex plots too, but it has to make sense. I won't say much spoilers in this one. There will be some spoilers, but not a lot. Shadow's VA though, his voice is superb in this. It's the best since Sonic 06, literally. Wasn't that the last time we heard Shadow, Jason Griffiths' Shadow? So yeah, as you guys already know, I am not fond of Kirk Thornton. And also, I want to correct what I said in the previous video where I was talking about, oh yeah, Shadow's improved, Kirk Thornton's improved. It's not Kirk Thornton voicing Shadow. It's Ian Hanlon. Let me make sure I got the name right. Yeah, Ian Hanlon. He is a Canadian voice actor. And as you know, all the voice actors of Sonic Prime are Canadian, because there's some rule there that they have to hire, you know, Canadian voice actors. That's why you don't see the regular voice actors voicing Sonic Prime. Yeah, Canada actually has some weird rules. There's actually a rule when you're in Quebec, you have to speak French, because everything there is French, you know, so you can't go there speaking English all willy-nilly with people. So yeah, Canada got some weird rules, but I can understand. Being right next to America, you kind of want to set yourself apart from Americans. You don't want to blend into them, because a lot of people think if Canada is like America 2.0, and that's just not true. But yeah, I really liked his voice. IGN gave this a 9, like they gave the entirety of Season 2, because they saw the episodes early. And that is the highest grade IGN has ever given to Sonic Media. I'm talking about shows and movies. They gave like Sonic Movie 2. What grade did they give it? A 7, an 8? Yeah, they gave it a 7. You know, IGN's favorite number. A 7 out of 10. So for them to give this a 9 means this is very good. So I have high hopes for Sonic Prime Season 2. Now, one thing I noticed while watching this episode was that there's only like 4 alternate universes, because the Paradox Prism, I think that's what it's called, had like 4 shards. So that was slightly disappointing. Like, we're not going to see other new worlds and new variants. It's just 4. You know, I'm done trying to expect this show to be like Spider-Verse and have like infinite versions of Spider-Man. You know, this is quite limited, but oh well. You know, this is a TV show of Sonic. It's not Spider-Verse. It's never going to have things like, oh, Sonic from Sonic X, or Sonic from SatAM, The Adventures of Sonic. No, it's not going to have all that. Or Sonic from Sonic Underground. But yeah, Shadow carried though. He carried this episode. Sonic was okay. Like I said, a lot of people were complaining about Sonic. Like, a lot of people complain about this episode though, you know, even though they liked it. Moreover, Sonic's portrayal. A lot of people saying he acts like he has no sense, low IQ, and he's stupid. Shadow carried this episode though. Let's be clear on that. And Sonic, I like Sonic towards the end as he started taking things more seriously, you know, since everything is technically his fault. But I hope like they grow his character now this season and he becomes more mature and just more assertive and proactive, you know, because I can understand why Shadow was so annoyed of him and Shadow doesn't want to work with him and all that. So yeah, and I'll get to that one later. But the top two things people were complaining about this episode was the Sonic shipping, you know, relationships, since people always like pairing Sonic relationships, and Sonic and Shadow's portrayal, or Sonic and Shadow being too much like Goku and Vegeta. Alright, so first of all, you know, when it comes to Sonic relationships, I am not big on that, to be completely honest with you guys. You know, and it's funny, I'll never understand how, despite all the cool things about the Sonic franchise, Sonic fans, especially on Sonic Twitter, they always get so excited for shippings, you know, that they make up in their heads. Like Sanae, Sonato, all that, you know, just all that, those kind of pairings that Sega's never confirmed or showed. So, like, I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? No wonder Sonic fan fictions never progressed beyond furry, lovey-dovey shit. You know, it's kind of funny, but I don't know. You know, there's some people out there that are only fans of the Sonic franchise so they can pair up Sonic characters and, you know, feel their fanfics. Like, they don't care much about the games or anything like that. They only read the comics and look at game cutscenes to see any moments of like Tsunami or Sonato or Sanae. It's weird, bro. But hey, I am not going to shoot down anyone's reason for loving a franchise. You can like a franchise for anything. I don't believe in gatekeeping or elitism for fan bases. Matter of fact, I think the elitism in the Sonic franchise is completely stupid. You know, the elitism in Sonic community just doesn't make sense to me. But it's just weird. You know, Sonic started off as a platformer that rivaled Mario, and then all his friends came in later. So it's just funny. I blame all this on Archie. Archie was the one that started all this melodramatic, romantic shit. I'm just kidding, but not really though. Now, I know some of you smartasses will be like, wait a minute, gamer guy, didn't you make the Tails is gay theory back in 2016? Alright, first of all, that was a long time ago. That was 7 years ago. Second of all, I made that Sonic theory for the sole purpose of clout, the sole purpose of views, and it worked. That video has over 500,000 views. It's my most popular Sonic theory. Now, I could have continued with that and continued doing relationships, you know, pairing unofficial shippings, but that's not me. That's not my channel. That's not something I wanted to do. I could have had hundreds of thousands of subs by now just from doing that. I've seen those type of videos. They always get hella views, but I didn't want to do that, you know, and that theory already caused so much drama. You know, that was before I was really involved with the Sonic community. I technically wasn't even a Sonic tuber at that time. You know, I was just making different videos. Sonic Theory was the most consistent Sonic videos I was making at the time. So I didn't know how controversial that shipping was. And it was like, damn, well, I'm never doing this again. But yeah, it's funny how some people, it's a very few minority. Some people thought I was like a Santail shipper or Sanail shipper. It's like, nah, guys, you guys fell for the bait. I made this completely for the attention and views, you know, and that's why it got so big and everything and so controversial. And it's funny, it's like the things Sonic fans talk shit about the most are the ones that they view. Me personally, I don't care about Sonic shipping. The only shipping I kind of care about a bit is Tsunami, only because it's acknowledged by Sega. And a lot of my videos, especially about Sonic Frontiers, when, you know, when the game was coming out, with Sonic Rose and all that, because it was just exciting. It was cool to see the maturity of the characters, especially Amy Rose. So yeah, that's the only Sonic relationship that I kind of support, you know, because like it's canon, but everything else I just don't care for. Sonic and Rouge, Sonic and Shadow, Sonic and this, Sonic and Blaze, I don't care, you know. But do whatever you like, you know. But it's funny because even when I posted Sonic Rebound episode 6, if you look at like the TikTok edits or YouTube short edits, a lot of people edited Sonic and Shadow scenes together like Sonato, and it's like, yo, you guys never fail to make this about romance and shipping. It's funny. It's always been the most peculiar side of the Sonic fan base. I know some people think you guys are like just fucking weirdos and cringe and furries, but I'm not going to say that to all you people. Some of you guys are cool, you know. It's just, you know, it's just what you're into. So ain't gonna hate. Also, Sonic and Shadow, a lot of people are saying that they're too similar to Goku and Vegeta now, how Shadow just hates Sonic and he doesn't want anything to do with Sonic, or he doesn't want to work together with Sonic like Vegeta, doesn't like working with Goku. And they're like, look, I know Sonic and Shadow are the biggest rivals, but Shadow doesn't act like this. And I think a lot of you guys read the Archie comics too much. Now look, me personally, I honestly prefer Sonic and Shadow portrayed as Goku and Vegeta than whatever the fuck we've been getting for over a decade during the Meta era. Shadow being more like Vegeta to me is better than Shadow just being an edge boy. Oh, I'm the coolest. Sonic, you're lame. I hate you, Sonic, because I'm edgy. It's just so lame. And that plagued the Meta era. Sonic Boom, although Sonic Boom, I'll give it a pass because they were caricatures. Or, you know, even Sonic Forces to an extent, a little bit. Shadow was a bit different in Forces, but yeah, it's just, I didn't like it. Even in the early IDW comics, that's how Shadow was, because it was still during the Meta era. Shadow does work with Sonic. He doesn't hate working with Sonic. Just that's not his priority. That's not the first thing he thinks of. When Shadow has a problem, he's not like, I know, let me go and, you know, work together with Sonic. No, he's independent. He likes to do things himself. Yes, he's got friends. He's got Rouge and Omega, Team Dark. But if he can do things himself, he will do it. You know, he's just headstrong like that. But if he needs allies, if he needs Sonic to help him, he will go to Sonic. He doesn't hate it. He's not like, oh my god. It's not like they're going to fuse or something like Vegeta and Goku. You know, like, that's weird. I don't understand that. Now, let's talk about those episodes. So, episodes of Sonic Prime actually leaked as far back as July 1st or June 30th. I just never reported on them because I wanted to see if they were legit. But they are legit, because the first episode I got was Avoid the Void, the title. And lo and behold, that was the title of this episode. So, here are the next episode's titles of Sonic Prime leaked. Now, the second episode of Season 2 will be Battle in the Boss Cage. Now, what will that mean? I don't know. Sonic will be in a boss cage fighting a bunch of bosses with his friends? I don't know. Third episode is Second Wind. Fourth episode is No Way Home. I mean, No Way Out. That would be cool if there are like multiple Sonics in that episode, like Spider-Man No Way Home. Then the fifth episode is A Madness to Their Methods. Looks like it's going to be about the Eggmans or something like that. The sixth episode is Double Trouble, and the seventh episode is Cracking Down. Now, the eighth episode title has not been revealed. Like, I don't know if it's untitled or something, but those are the 7 episodes. And you've already seen one of them so far. So, yeah, I don't know what to think about this. I'm not going to make false speculations, but we'll see. The rest of Sonic Prime comes out July 13th, so that is just 8 days from now, next week. So I can't wait for that. Now, speaking of shows, I know some of you might be thinking, what's going on with Sonic Rebound, Gamer Guy? Now, I'm planning on having a preview of Episode 7 Silent Sniper in August. You know, since this month is going to be Sonic Prime month, I don't want to get in the way of that. And we're still working hard on this, you know. I don't think Episode 7 is definitely not coming out this year. It's coming out next year. But I am planning for both Episodes 7 and 8 to come out next year. We're working hard on that because next year is going to be the 5th anniversary of Sonic Rebound. So I cannot wait for that because I started the series in 2019. I came up with the idea the fall of 2018. You know, the Sonic IDW comics were only a couple months old by then. So, yeah, I can't wait. You know, Sonic IDW comics just celebrate their 5th year anniversary this year. And I will celebrate Sonic Rebound's 5th anniversary next year. Now, another thing I want to talk about, this weird logo that got leaked called Sonic and Friends. Now, that was revealed a couple days ago. And Zippo actually has something to say about that. So let's read what he says. Now, this is a theory though. This is not a leak. He says, theory time. The Mario and Sonic series is donezo. Now guys, remember when I kept saying that we're going to get a Mario and Sonic at the Paris Olympics this year? Now, make no mistake, the Mario and Sonic Olympics game, even though I don't care about those games, they make a hell of a lot of money for SEGA. You know, the Beijing, the first one, is still like one of their most highest selling Sonic games of all time. And it's a crossover. If you don't believe me, go to that one video where I talk about Sonic sales and the top 5 highest selling Sonic games. And even though their other Olympics games have not made as much as the original one, they still make them a lot of money. They sell millions of units. So it's kind of surprising to me that they're done with that. You know, are they going to do another crossover with Sonic and Mario? Not really, because this Sonic and Friends means it's Sonic and his friends. Zippo says, looks like some interesting developments have happened in the last week. Let's get into it. On Sonic's birthday, a new trademark popped up with the title Sonic and Friends. That's definitely not something we've heard or seen before. What could this be? A new TV series? I doubt it. Spin-offs focusing on Sonic's ever-growing supporting cast? A return to his days in education? Sonic Schoolhouse? While those are all good guesses, nah, I don't think it's any of those. Allow me to put on my tinfoil hat, if you would. I believe that the Mario and Sonic series for now is over. I think this is Nintendo and Sega parting ways for now, until they can make a real legit crossover platformer between Mario and Sonic. My theory is that this is going to be a revival of Sega Superstars All-Star Series, this time in the form of the Olympic Games. That's great because I was not feeling Team Sonic Racing. Like, that game was so... I didn't even play that game. I've never even bought it because it just looks so mid, you know? Their All-Stars are better. All-Stars Tennis, a lot of people liked it. All-Stars Racing and All-Stars Racing Transformed, I really love that game. Now, Sonic at the doesn't sound grand enough, so this is the way to go. Sonic and Friends doesn't sound far off from the Sonic and All-Stars now, does it? Oh yeah, Sonic and Friends, Sonic and All-Stars. There's actually some solid evidence to support this too. Remember this job recruitment from earlier this year? It made sure to note that this recruitment was for the Sonic series, not the realistic version that Sega also does, so we can rule that out as well. It also lists multiple systems, meaning that this is a multi-platform affair. There's also another version of that listing on LinkedIn that directly says applicants will be working on the Sonic series, so that's as good as it gets when it comes to confirmation. Why is this happening? Here's a few possible reasons. Series burnout. Sega knows that we are getting tired of the Olympics games. They've done how many so far? They've done this for 15 years, and they've effectively done pretty much all they can do. It's been run into the ground, and the sales aren't exactly lighting up the world anymore. Yeah, I think the most recent one, was it Rio or Tokyo? Didn't even sell 1 million units. The series has been dropping in sales with almost every entry. The Wii U editions couldn't even crack 1 million. Yeah, just like I said, yes, the Rio one. I played that one. Despite having Mario on the cover, making this multi-platform is going to be a huge boost for them. Yeah, because All-Stars Racing is actually the highest selling spin-off Sonic game, I think, even compared with the Beijing Olympics. I'm going to have to look at that to confirm, but I think it's true. Now, Sonic is having a renaissance or a renaissance. Again, like, this is like, what, the 10th renaissance since 2010? Due to the hit movie Sonic Frontier, Sonic Prime, the mobile games, and the ever-thriving community of fan games, Sonic is having a giant surge of popularity, with old and new people jumping in. This is the perfect time to pull away. Yes, Mario is leagues more popular than Sonic is, but the Blue Blur is absolutely pulling his own right now. This is a powerful brand, and they don't need another mascot to help with that. Giving other Sega franchises focus. Lastly, and this is the best one, Sega in general is in a big time of revival. Many old franchises that we thought were long dead have been revived. Yeah, I remember Sega was also expressing interest of reviving Knights. Seeing characters like I, Beat, Kiryu, Axel, Gilius, Vice, and Atlas characters like Joker, Morgana, Teddy, Jack Frost getting all athletic and sportsy, is that a word? Just makes perfect sense, and I'm all about it. Bring on the wacky shit. The Paris Olympics is only a mere 12 months away, so it probably won't be too long before we find out what this is all about. So yeah, I think this is true. You know, Zippo hasn't missed in a while, and this Sonic and Friends, you know, anytime Sega trademarks something, the obsessive fans always pick it up. So yeah, I think the Sonic and Mario Olympic games are done. They're just not selling that well. So what do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, for Sonic Superstars, I got some big plans for that game. Now, I really want to play that game local co-op. I don't want to do that game by myself on my channel. So I'm planning on playing it with someone big. But that person is not going to be from the Sonic community whatsoever. I'm thinking of someone else who's big. So I'm not going to say who it is or who I've got planned. I'm still looking around for one. But when I told Premi, the person that I was in talks with, like I'm talking with the person right now, I'm trying to collab with them, Premi was like, wow, you're going to collab with her? You're going to collab with that person? I'm not going to name names right now because I don't want to jinx it. And there's no confirmation of it happening yet. But we're in talks. So yeah, cannot wait for Superstars to come out. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about all this, about Sonic Prime. Are you excited for Season 2 coming out? Also, what do you think about Sonic and Friends? What do you think it's going to be? And what do you think about this episode that came out, the Avoid the Void? Let me know. But alright, that's all I have for now, guys. So take care. And until next time, I'm out.